Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire. So last episode was an interesting one. We had two very interesting quests proposed to us, and I intend to attempt to do both. But I just want to go over that real quick. One is a quest of Royals in the Crosshairs. I need to host another count, which is why I've started to construct another bedroom for said count. And this will cause mech clusters to come attack me. And there will be 2 court allies as well. Then there's this other quest, which is to clear out a bandit camp of 13 skeletons for a Psylink Neuroformer, which is, oh my lord, is that ever spicy. So I'm going to be focusing on this. I also wanted to go over some feedback I received. So one is about a question of whether or not I would be able to cheese Royals in the Crosshairs. Cheesing it in a way that was like, hey, could I send a Raptor away from the colony and accept it without having to build a second bedroom? And I tested for this, and no, you cannot. You'll just have to take my word for it. But the game checks to make sure that you're not just repurposing one royal bedroom for another. I know it's strange. Tangier mentioned it would be very helpful if I had a sort of a forward medical station. A place maybe up front, maybe here or something like that. Accessible around this area of a hospital. A sort of temporary field hospital. One that I can render aid quickly to rapid recovery. And that's another thing that I really like that idea. The thing is, well, I'm going to be focusing on Royals in the Crosshairs and Simeon and the Encampment first, or pretty much exclusively. We're also heading towards the summer, but it is not hot yet. It's pretty temperate, so we can definitely go outside and do outside things. All right, so let's get this royal bedroom built so that we can accept the quest. Now, there's another thing that I could do to the mech cluster. We have a way, a very odd way, but a way to trigger 39 beak things. So that is sort of a, that is a massive exploit, right? Is to fail one quest to complete another. But I like it. It reminds me of sort of deck building in card games, where you have some cards sacrifice themselves for the benefit of other cards or something like that. At least that's what it reminded me of. So this bedroom, once completed, all it needs to do is to pass an 80 impressiveness check, which easily it has already passed that 80 impressiveness. And that's a bedroom that Gabe and Leth will inherit once the quest is done. I'm also going to need to set up some additional bedrooms, I think, because there will be 2 court allies, but I'm not going to fret about that at this very moment. And I would like to wait a little bit to accept this, and the reason being, I think it would be wise for me to have a nice surplus of steel before I formally accept that quest. So I'm also going to enlarge this sort of airlock here to be a 6-sized airlock rather than the sort of 3-sized airlock. Not that expensive of a change, but what it will do is it will allow me to put more people here to theoretically shoot incoming raiders or whatever. Just a little bit cleaner and nicer. And let's complete the circuit. There. So we have replaced all of the many deadfall traps that were destroyed as a result of the beak things rampaging around. Some other things that I'm going to need to do is to burn up those beak things, what remains of the beak things. It's really too bad that you can't set fires to clear... oh, let's clear that. Set fires to clean up areas I would very much like that because, of course, if you have like all this slime, one could imagine and you could boil it off. I don't know. Cleaning. Maybe I'm just making things up. All right. Back to our normal equipment. And we'll get this show underway. Also should open this door up. There it goes. Because normally that that path is a pass-through. It'd be funny if the mech cluster landed on my monument and triggered destruction for itself. It also reminds me that, yeah, I have the ability to call in trade caravans because it is briefly temperate, and I should absolutely take advantage of that. So let me call more rebel farmers. So this is a war merchant, and I'm going to call in another trade caravan from them of, let's say, Balkans. And for once, I have a trade caravan coming in, and there isn't like the impending definite death. A lot of the times when they arrive, they end up killed. Most of this blood is the last trade caravan that I called in, and it did not end well for them. I don't take full blame, but I am partly to blame, whether I want to admit it or not, because I did ask for them to arrive. I tried to save them. I tried to do right by them, but it didn't work out, as it rarely does. If we take a look at the trade price improvement, Raptor easily is the trade price winner. Now, social impact and negotiation are different, so I don't think slapping a crown on Raptor will change this. Let's see. 22.5 and 22.5. Yeah, it makes no difference. That is a social impact change, which is like arresting someone without protest or you know, throne speeches or trying to get a prisoner to join. That would be a social impact. Negotiation is strictly trade. So this war merchant here, I'm going to sell the Leviathan chitin here because there's really nothing I can do with 4. It's too small of an amount for me to craft with it. I'm going to sell these weapons that I've had. I could smelt them into their constituent metals, but it's probably more effort than it's worth. And at this point, just going through and selling any damaged clothing that hasn't lost its value. The low shield pack is going to be sold as well. The reason being is I seldom use them, and I do have skip shield, I think. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I have skip shield. And if I don't, oh well, it's not a big deal. I would like to part with the remainder of their... Oh, and these 2 fertilized eggs are actually ruined. So the fact that they're selling, I can sell them for 29 is kind of a miracle. But yeah, we'll do that. And I'm going to part with some drugs. Because as I said, I would like to get every last penny out of them. There we are. There's the trade. All right, Leth. Wow, look at you go. Gabe is going to the other compacted steel. So now it's just a matter of hauling this stuff in, I think. Because that is a lot of metal. I would like to, before I face the mech clusters, because there's the possibility, of course, of the mech clusters being really dangerous, right? Before I face the mech clusters... Oh, they're leaving. Bye-bye. I'm glad I traded with them as quick as I could. So, yeah, I keep repeating myself. But before I face the mech clusters, I think it would be really, really wise to stockpile a lot in steel. So that if the mech clusters are really, truly, extraordinarily dangerous, at least we can use a lot of turrets. I'm setting Gabe to help farm because we have a lot of potatoes that are ready to harvest. And we're going to need some help with that. It is now almost just normal freezing out. I'm going to start powering down some additional heaters that aren't needed. Ooh, hippie, you're in a bad mood. Ah, yeah, you have Fibritus Mechanized. That does make sense. Okay, Gabe's helping with those potatoes. I'm going to issue a harvest for him because these potatoes are 100% grown. I might as well sow new potatoes in. Hang on. He's like, I want to go mining. No. Your job is here. He's like, I disagree. All right. Because we were, as you can see, we're relatively low, or we were up until this moment, relatively low on potatoes for fine meals. But now we're fine. I also, whoever goes next for food, I should crank out a few more nutrient paste so that we use up the last of the fowl meat. Hippie is meditating. Sure doesn't look like meditating to me. Why are you in bed? I'll wake her up. All right, Hippie. Unfortunately, you being in a bad mood, I'm only going to make it worse because you are going to be forced to make NPM for me, which everyone in my colony does not like. Okay, it was just 6. That's all I have. Oh, it looks like there's a hidden tunnel or something behind here. Hang on, Gabe. I want to see. Ho ho ho! Oh boy. 3 dormant hives. I will be immediately dealing with that. There is no northern exit point here because this stops 1 tile short of the exit. Not that or entry. Well, both. Not that I think that they can utilize cavernous entries or exits like this, but an interesting find, to be sure. Okay, we're gonna have my guys haul the jellies back to base. And JD, I'm gonna have you haul over construct, but Smith before hauling. Whoa, scanned jade pretty close to my base here. Easily within my city limits. Taking a look at these quests, we still have, so it's now acceptable now that I have 2 bedrooms, a second count bedroom. Yeah, it's now able to be accepted. So that might happen soon. Switching the power rounds, we top up the batteries. And a whole lot more plants to be planted. My steel's gone up about 100, but I still have a lot more hauling to do. It's also nice to know that there's gold here, some more steel in 2 spots, and compacted stuff, compacted components, machinery. All right, I'm going to trigger a speech, a throne speech, and a overhead bulk goods trader. I hope they're around by the end of my throne speech. I don't really want to cancel the throne speech. Leth, are you going to wake up in time for this speech? I can't seem to... Yeah, I'll wake you up. If I draft, I will cancel the speech. So I need to trigger Leth to move to the speech through zoning instead. Queue up the helmet to be swapped to afterwards. So, what are the chances here? 3.6 for terrible, 11 for uninspiring, 21 for encouraging, or inspirational rather. Oh, it's inspirational. Full of intensity and purpose. The thing is, nobody got inspired. So that's a bummer. It's not a guarantee, but that's too bad. So this bulk goods trader is separate from the one that I called in for a caravan. And Raptor, I'm going to have you get ready for it. Bash is removing the roof. And here we are. Those insect jellies I will immediately sell. And the worn leather pants I'm going to sell too, because we're going to replace them with higher quality. A golden crown. A devil strand bedroll. That's a strange material to make a bedroll out of. Now I have 1,300 wood. I don't think I need to buy any more wood. So let's look towards... I was going to look towards blocks, but I don't actually see that they sell stone. No, they don't. They are selling crab chitin, but I have enough of it that I don't think I need to buy it. I am going to sell, however, a bulk of my... No, I'm going to hold on to the cloth. So is there any other clothing here that I could part with? No, not really. Okay. I will sell the swamp... I'll keep the hide. I'll make something out of it. So, not that interesting of a trade. But some extra silver. Alright, let's roof that up. Another thing I might be able to do is the dusters. So this is the forever duster. So this forever dusters I'm going to make out of swamp turtle and cloth. And get JD to crank some of those out. Let me also make some additional medicine. Leth got inspired creativity. I think that's a result of the mood. Unfortunately, there's really nothing that Leth can build or make that warrants the inspiration. Now, some of these herbal meds were spoiling, which is why they were here where it was frozen. But now that we are, we're obviously out of the winter season, I'm going to switch clothing to summer. And we'll have a little bit of a gear swap here. The dusters, I think, offering a little bit more armor than the parkas. So that's good. All right, on this shelf here, I am going to allow herbal meds to just make it a little bit easier to craft up stuff. Okay. I have a bunch of dusters left over, which indicates that I have plenty of spare clothing, providing none of this burns up in a fire or something like that. I don't want to jinx myself, but that does happen. So I think what I'll do is I am going to leave the slag zone. I'm going to shrink it down a lot. And so that we focus mostly on hauling. I'll shrink it down to 1. So that mostly we focus hauling steel rather than slag. Because we have many stacks of steel out here. And Gabe and Leth are adding to it. I'm not going to dig out the gold just yet. I don't have need of it at the moment. And I'd rather leave it and not grow my wealth. So as far as the quests go, we have a day and a quarter to accept the guests. Then there's also the case where the skeleton camp, the bandit camp, clearing that out during temperate weather would be ideal so that we're not so burned up or whatever. But I might not have the ability to hit that while it stays the correct temperature. Okay, I'm going to forbid these nutrient paste meals so we don't spend time hauling between stockpiles, as I would find that to be a waste of time. I don't want to spend my time that way. All right, so JD is making cloth dusters for sale. We should still have that. And the reason why I haven't been accepting the Royal and the Crosshairs just yet is I'm hoping that the bulk goods trader that we triggered to come trade with us actually arrives before I have to accept that Royal quest. That's my fingers are crossed for that, because I don't want to get yet another ally needlessly murdered from haste. I suppose there is a case to be made where I try to clear out the bandit camp tomorrow morning and use the shuttle favor to come home. Here's the Buckos trader. Perfect. Now, it's a pretty temperate temperature, so I don't think they're going to be leaving early. But let's get trading with them anyway. Yeah, it's actually really nice temperature right now for the few seconds that happens. It's 23 Celsius. It doesn't stay 23 very long, let me tell you. So here's the dusters I made for sale. Wow, they have a hyperweave parka. That is some high-tech material for these guys here. They're selling unfertilized blood spider eggs. I don't want that. I'm going to sell my fowl meat. I could buy regular meat, but I'm not going to. There is honestly a really good argument to be made to say that would be a smart choice, but I'm choosing not to anyway. What I will do is I will part with some additional consumables. We have a big batch of beer brewing, so I don't mind selling a considerable amount of my beer and tea for the benefit of silver. So now that we have traded with them, I'm going to call in, or I will accept this this quest here. This one. We have 22 days to clear it. There's 13 bandits there, and I intend to do that tomorrow morning, and then we'll call in Simeon in the the Royal and the Crosshairs once we return. Busy. What's supposed to be on this shelf? Oh, more herbal meds. Clear it. It's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll keep spare meds here until I have that forward outpost medical station thing. All right, at this point, we are full air conditioning. So I'm going to turn off the, turn off the remaining heaters and turn on some AC. Ooh, cargo pods. Big thing, ew. Okay, all right. Don't care much for big thing eggs, but sure, thank you, I guess. Now, I've already unchimneyed everything. Here, if I zoom out like this, on, off. That work? No, that's not going to work. It just toggles states. All right, going around just turning off all the heaters. JD is cranking out them dusters. Uh-oh. We have... Oh, boy. So we have an infestation. It's not too many hives, it seems like, but I have rigged the place to blow. I'm actually going to trigger fallback points here instead of what I just did. So I'll let a lot more burn. These bugs are going to get pissed real fast. There is a clear and obvious bottlenecks here, which will make it tough for these insects to be able to travel to me. But what I will need is guards on duty. Man, this really complicates everything that I was about to do, doesn't it now? Okay, let me think about it real quick. Gabe. No, you're hungry. Raptor. I am going to grab 2 wake up with Raptor and have him deliver it to the guards. Because the issue here is someone needs to keep those these doors repaired, or these walls rather. And JD and Bash are going to need help with that. Oh, another thing I'm going to need to do, Phoenix, I'm going to need to lean on you. Is we have a broken power here, and repairing stuff in the dark comes at a disadvantage. Are you reliable enough though, Phoenix? Because I see your mood is bad. So these bugs here, it is 240 or so in the caves, so it's hot. It's quite hot. There's also the possibility of just building additional, if JD can't out-repair them, building additional walls to pin them in. Or falling back even further. Or some other alternative. Let's see. I am going to stockpile uranium here. Let's call it U238. And raw resources uranium gets placed here. Gabe. Or let's make it plasteel. I have a lot more plasteel than uranium. I went for uranium initially, but I was wrong. I should have just done plasteel. All right, so plasteel. Mr. Gabe, could you haul... There we go. Haul plasteel. Because this wall is not going to hold. Not at all. The southern one should be okay. For now. Oh, dear Lord. Look at this wall. I can't even select it. All right, JD, back up. Gonna try to get, if there's time. There might not be. No, there's not gonna be. Oh, Phoenix, quit your whining. All right, Raptor. Drop. And then load 1. Bash, take the wake up. All right, JD here. Delicately step over. Phoenix is going to help to rebuild the power here so that I can actually see what I'm doing. But Bash is also high on wake up, so he'll be faster at repairing. All right, let's leave. All right, Gabe's hauling the plasteel, and then I'm gonna rig up this area to be trapped better. Okay, so we should have power. Yep, power's on. Gabe, hurry up. And oh my god, don't eat there. You are a nut. Oh my god, walk north. What are you doing? Okay, JD, haul the plasteel, and then build. There. Now it's a trap. Unfortunately, it's a 3-way trap where I'm not sure where I'm going to need repair. So that part's not ideal. But it's going to be a lot harder for them to get out. Bash. Keep repairing that wall. Okay, there goes the door. And now there's a bunch of fire here, which will buy me some time. Phoenix. I am going to have you take wake up, consume a meal. You're going to come help us. Alright, it's getting pretty hot in these caves now. It's 500. So these guys, these bugs are roasting. Raptor, you don't construct at all, do you? Alright, Phoenix, who else constructs, like, at all? 4, 2, 1. Okay, Raptor, it's gonna be you. He's like, wait. I don't know how to construct. It has to be you, buddy. I need to give up another choke point. Alright, so Phoenix, once you're done eating, you're gonna come over here and help me. We should start to see these bugs collapse soon. Oh no, they're only minor heat stroke. Okay. Alert fire. Okay, another thing I want to do is let's clear these home zones, these old home zones, so I don't get alerted from the fire. I don't really care. Bugs are on fire. Yeah, I mean, I know. No, don't smoke leaf. You dork. Now's not the time. Gabe, if you could install this light here, that would be awesome. Thank you. Raptor is holding up. JD is falling a little behind on his repairs. Presumably because most of these bugs are attacking the north wall. Light, turn on. What is Leth doing? Oh, no, you don't need to do that, Leth. All right, I think they're no longer attacking the north wall because there's so many of them that are dead and burning that they're creating a bit of their own, like, barriers, which is really, really good. Yeah, these bugs are all serious heat stroke. Now, I only have 16 hours to accept the Crosshair Royal quest, which doesn't seem all that likely at this moment. But all the bugs are down. I'm gonna wait a little extra long to break in there before I hack, smash, and bash my way through them. Just to make sure that they fully die, knowing that, yes, I am losing jelly the longer I wait. Oh, superheated air. Here, bash. Back up. Or you'll get burned. Alright, now we're gonna let all the heat out. This is all about timing. So I think we're good. Phoenix, I'm definitely gonna want you. Don't build that. So now it is no longer an enclosed space, which means the area is not superheated, which means I have a lot of bugs to kill. Raptor, you no longer need a caravan. And then you'll put that wake up away at some point. All right, Sebastian is going to start to travel up, and we're going to try to clear out these insects as fast as we can. Now, I'm not likely to be able to make a lot of food out of these bugs, just because of the season. You know, it's seasonally, it's just not the right season to do it. Okay, there is a few bugs that are getting up that are going to want to fight Bash or whomever. That's why I have conscripted everybody. Let's go add to my forces. It was very helpful, I gotta say, to have the traps in the cave ahead of time, and then the bugs just to trigger what has already been set and armed. That was nice. That was really nice. Oh, there is, here, Leth, you go get that fire down there that hopped because of the superheated air. This is just slow, painstaking micromanagement, which means we're not even going to get to this quest this episode, given the amount of time this is taking. And as the heat stroke wears off, the bugs are going to get back up. So time is of the essence clearing them out. All right, Leth, don't drop your rifle into a fire. Thank you. Okay. Melee to death. And shoot. Leth, you're done. Head back up. Often I find that just... Alright, Gabe is gonna go for the hives here. How hurt are you? You're pretty hurt. Alright, let's keep clearing. Trying to put the jellies out. I'm not really here for the greed. Good shot. Dang. Broke the shell. Alright, Bash is ready to get in there. Phoenix is slowly progressing forward. Doing a bit of, like, blind fire here. Trying to put the jellies out if possible. While being as careful as I can be. Because this is a tricky situation. Alright, let's see. You guys come around. Still some jellies and hives left. I'd much prefer to lose the jelly and not have to do all this fighting, though, I gotta say. There is, honestly, it's ideal. We have 11 hours left to accept the quest here. The camp that I'm ordered to attack, I might wait the long amount of time just because of how busy I'm soon to be. Alright, the caravan is leaving. Another thing I'm going to need to do is to place a lot of the fire doors back in. They served me well. So very well. Okay, let's continue. Major break risk from Phoenix. All right, Phoenix, you can leave. All right, Phoenix, you can leave. What do you need? You need to recreate or something. I don't know. Just go home. In fact, most everybody else can go as well. I don't actually need the full force here. I think pretty much all the bugs are dead. All but like one or two. It's a good place for the wake up. Whew. Smoky. Oh boy. All right, there it is. Bugs are dead, and we have 9 hours until we accept that quest, and I am all out of time. Now, I don't really know exactly how many bugs I ended up smushing, because a lot of their corpses did burn up. But if you're wondering, let me check real quick. I've got at least 60 bug bodies. I just checked with numbers. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you were eager to see me accept those quests, I do apologize, but I don't control Randy. Randy controls Randy. But we'll be doing that absolutely at the start of next episode because I only have 9 hours left. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.